I'm going to give you three keys to being an intentional, courageous leader. This is how you can do it. Key one. Intentional, courageous leaders ask bigger questions. Write that down. You ask bigger questions. Your questions don't center around what color should the uniform be. Who cares? What color should we paint the cricket pavilion if you've got one? Who cares? Don't bring me those kind of questions. Just decide. As long as it's not neon pink, I'm good to go. I don't care. We ask bigger questions, such as, who is doing this the best? Whatever this is. If your school development plan is saying we've got to get a hold of literacy, we've got to get a hold of numeracy, oracy, whatever it is, who's doing it the best? Great leaders seek out on purpose the best practice in their field. And here's the key. You encourage your teams to do the same. You encourage your teams. Go and find out the best practice. Bring it back. Let's have a look at it. Question 2. Who is challenging my thinking? Big question. Who is challenging what I think? Not just what I do. Now, that question requires courage, because you should have forums where people can pose professional challenge to your thinking as the leader, not just to your doing. The thinking, the foundation of the doing, has that been challenged? When you ask yourself, Gail, who challenges my thinking? If the answer's a bit sketchy, you're not sure, then the answer's no, no one. No one really. Now I'll tell you this, stop and reflect. Is there a culture? Culture means how people behave when no one's really looking, when no one's holding you to account, your default behavior. Is there a culture where people are frightened, where people are not bothered, or there's no forum for them to pose challenge to your thinking? Let me tell you this, leaders, write this down. You don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. If your thinking is never challenged, your thinking will become stale and you won't know it. You've got to allow, you've got to build in ways where your thinking can be challenged. Don't be afraid of that. Not just your doing, the thinking. Question 3, big questions we ask as leaders. What are my values? Oh, I coach leaders all the time. They've got themselves in a back pickle because their values weren't clear. They had a kind of a waffy idea. I'm for inclusion. I'm for, fluff and hugging trees. When it comes down to it, what do you stand for? And do your staff know? Honestly, if I came into your school now and asked all your staff, would they be able to tell me, my head, my leader, they stand for these 3 things? Not what are the school's values? I didn't ask you that. What are your values? Because when I'm coaching heads, they'll tell me the school's values. No, you, Tanya, what do you stand for? What will you not tolerate, Tanya? We've been together, what, 15 minutes? Are you getting an idea what I won't tolerate? My staff were clear. Don't ask her stupid questions or small questions. Ask someone else then once. She wants the big questions. Ask her the difficult questions. Don't ask me, when I taught all the way through my head, I taught physics. And the kids were saying, year 7, shall I turn the page over? What? What kind of question is that? Turn the page over. Don't bring me the equivalent of shall I turn the page over as an adult. Come on now. What are your values? What do you stand for? Is it clear? Is it obvious? Oh, in writing, my values are confidence, aspiration, reflect, and respect. You can tell the confidence, can't you? I can't help myself the way I am. Aspiration. If there's an A to be had, I want it. I can't help myself. There's a bargain to be had, I want it. Can't help myself. Come on now. Listen, if people don't know you, they don't know you. They don't know you as a person, not you as the head teacher or the head of maths. They don't know you. This is what happens. Not to your face, Amanda, because they always smile at your face, right? Not to your face, but behind your back when they're at the photocopier, you know, or at the water cooler, or in their office having lunch. They say things like this. You never know where you stand with her. They say things like, you never know how he will react. There's no point talking to them. They say no to everything. What they're really saying, what that means is, I have no idea as a member of staff what my leader truly stands for. And I don't know what to do about that. I know the school's values, but I don't know what Donna stands for. I can't predict Donna. I can't quite get a grasp on her. I don't know her. I don't know what she says is important to her. I can't align with it, but I don't know it. Question 4, our big question. This is a big question now. Do I, write this down, take care of myself? Gavin Gibbs, do you take care of yourself, friend? No. Your self-care, your energy, your drive, paying attention to yourself is integral to your effectiveness as a leader. They are not separate. I'm not talking the odd spa day. Spa day is not well-being. I'm saying, do you get enough exercise, sleep, water, fun, relaxation, laughter? Leslie, when was a good time? The last time you had a good old laugh, the kind of belly laugh where you can barely, you nearly wet yourself, you're on the floor, that kind of laughter, toddler style laughter. When was the last time you laughed so hard you cried? As adults, we forget to laugh like that. We don't find stuff funny anymore. Listen, your resilience, your ability to bounce back after difficulty or trauma, that's what resilience is, your bounce back ability. Your bounce back ability is eroded just by the sheer pace of what you do, of our job, if you don't take care of yourself. If that happens, when that happens, you suffer, but so do others. You've got to take care of yourself. Alison, it is not an option to take care of yourself. It is not optional, it is compulsory. At secondary school, there are certain subjects you have to do. The fact that you're no good at them is not the point. You have to do these compulsory subjects. Then you can choose other stuff. You have to take care of yourself. It is not compulsory. No, it's not optional. If you commit to good sleep tonight, good sleep, you don't go to sleep with the laptop and the phone and the TV, you sleep tonight for 7 hours, you'll be a better leader tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, people. Don't see it as an option. See it as absolutely compulsory. Oh, but there's more. There are big, hairy questions that you should be asking yourself as a leader. Listen, the most audacious question I ever asked my senior team, write this down. What do I, as the head teacher, need to stop doing so you, as my team, can be fantastic? Well, they weren't shy in telling me. Yeah? How do Osagie need to stop doing? Where do I need to back off? And they proper. Miss Osagie, will you back off from doing this, that, and the other? So we've got it. We've got that. Back off. Miss Osagie, come forward in this area. This is where we need you. They proper told me. There are things that you do that hinder your teams. There are ways of your leadership that actually make it more difficult for your teams to get their jobs done. Ask them, what am I doing that makes your life difficult? They'll tell you. They'll tell you. Ask them. And then stop doing it. Right? Stop doing it. Ask those questions that will set the team meeting on fire. I used to love it watching my deputy heads go at each other. I used to love it because it showed me at least this is important to them. They're passionate, they're eager, they will fight about that particular issue or for that point of view. I'll take that, that's a win. Rather than them sat there going, yes, Miss Osagie, no, Miss Osagie, whatever you say. I don't want yes men. I don't want followers like that. I want you to lead with me. I want you to work with me. Don't work for me. Work with me. We've got a job to do. We're changing the narrative of young people's lives here. Come on now. Get passionate. Tell me what you think. I love that because here's the thing. You know that comfort zone thing? Let me say this to you, Simon. There's nothing wrong with your comfort zone, Simon. You've got a lovely comfort zone. Be proud of it. There's nothing wrong with operating from your comfort zone because your comfort zone, that's where your experience is. That's where your depth is. I spent a long time building my comfort zone. Leave it alone. Now, outside of your comfort zone, that's panic land. Because when you've got nothing, you're outside your comfort zone entirely. That's where you panic. I don't want to panic. I don't want my teams to be operating in panic. So when you say to someone, get out your comfort zone, you're saying go into panic land. No. Nothing good happens in panic land. What I want is for you to come close to the edge. When you're just at the edge of your comfort zone. That is the place of innovation. That's where new ideas come forward. That is a good place, the edge of the comfort zone. You go there and you get there by asking big, hairy questions. Now, key number 2, those are big, hairy questions. So key 1 was courageous leaders ask bigger questions. Key 2, you're gonna laugh now. Courageous leaders practice professional love. You heard me, Mark. Love. L-O-V-E. And now you're thinking, oh my days, she has lost it. Who is she? Where do we get her from? Let me say this to you. Guy flourishes when he is loved. Don't you, Guy? Of course he does. He flourishes. He is loved. So does Donna and Michelle. All of you do, because you're all human. I do too. When I am loved, and when I know I am loved, I can do anything. When I am feeling anxious or condemned, I withdraw, I wither, I close my mouth, I don't even speak, let alone bring my best. Write this down. You need to love your teams. You need to love your teams. Let me show you what that looks like. Because I love you, Gavin, I'm going to listen to you. Not just listen to hear, but listen to understand you. So Gavin says something. I respond. I heard him, I respond. Gavin says something. I ask Gavin a question to check, I understand what Gavin is saying to me. Then I respond. Do you see the difference? It's a different level of listening, but Gavin knows, even if I don't agree, I may not agree, I have understood Gavin's position. I love him, and I'll take the time to do that. I love you, so I'm going to intentionally find out about you. Not just your skills, your head of chemistry. All right, that tells what you can do. Lead your phonics. Okay, that's your skill. What are your talents? What are your values? What motivates you as a person? Not just as a professional leader in school or a teacher, as a person. What do you think is important? What do you think is trivial? I will take the time to know because I love you. Now, because I love you, I will not wait to the end of term or the end of the year to say well done. I will celebrate as you score the goal. Listen to this. You all know Tottenham Hotspur are the best team in the world, right? Agreed. Are we agreed on that? Ted, when we're agreed, yeah? Tottenham Hotspur. Simon shaking his head. No, I'm not having it, Simon. I'm not having it. Tottenham Hotspur are the one. Now, we've got a striker called Harry Kane. You've heard of him? Of course you have. Harry Kane is on the pitch. We're playing whatever team. Running. Scores a goal. Right? What happens? The entire game stops. Harry does a dance. We all start shouting. For 20, 30 seconds, everyone celebrates the goal. The referee goes, woo, woo, blows the whistle. Enough of that. Back on with the game. 20 minutes later, what does Harry do? He scores again. What do we do? Go nuts again. And we keep doing it. Every single time Harry scores, do it. Even Clive, if he nearly scores and it hits the crossbar, woo, we get ready to celebrate. Oh, next time, Harry, next time. We don't wait to the end of the match to celebrate the goal he scored in the first half. But what do we do in schools? We wait to the end of term and we have a barbecue, don't we? Or a staff party. Come on now. Your teams are scoring goals day in, day out. Day in, day out. Every single week, your teams are in your school scoring goals. And you wait to the end of term, give them a little sweetie in their pigeonhole. Come on now, we can do better than that. Celebrate however you choose to do it in your school. Celebrate the goals as they go in. Create a culture where your teams celebrate the goals as they go in. Because I love you, Aaron, I love you, and because I love you as your head teacher, I will not allow you to settle for mediocrity. I'm doing it because I actually love you. I will hold you to account sensitively, but robustly, and ensure you have what you need to do your best. With strength, I will hold up the mirror of accountability so you reflect in the mirror if your performance falls below expectation. I'm holding you to account, not because I'm paid to, but because I love you. And I want you to have a better standard in your life as well as in your professional journey. Are you hearing me? If you let people get away with mediocrity, you don't love them. You don't love them. You don't even like them. You don't even care for them. You don't do that to people that you care for. You hold them to account with love, but robustly. Because I love you, I will create the conditions for you to thrive. Psychologically, you're safe with me. I won't crucify you for your mistakes, but I will help you get over them. There's high expectations built into the way we work. Inclusion at the heart of what we do. I am motivated by love for you. Key 1, big questions. Key 2, professional love. Key 3, intentionally courageous leaders practice dancing. You heard, guy went, what? Dancing. Let me tell you what I mean. This is a quote from Verna Myers, M-Y-E-R-S, Verna Myers. She said this: diversity is when you ask everyone to come to the party. Inclusion is when you ask them to dance. I'm sure diversity, you know, come. If you're black, come. If you're white, come. If you speak Welsh, come. If you don't speak Welsh, come. You've got SCN, come. Doesn't matter. Sexuality, different, come. Religion, doesn't come. Oh, you're all welcome. Inclusion, now dance with us. Oh, you need a different kind of wheels to dance? Not a problem. We can incorporate wheels in our dance. We'll teach you our steps. You teach us your steps. We will dance together. You've got a neurodiversity, which means that you need things written down on yellow paper. Not a problem. We can dance like that. Are you getting what I'm saying? Diversity means how many of each have you got? 3 black, 4 white, 9 yellow, 4 Christians, 10 Muslims. You're counting up your numbers. Inclusion, how many of them are dancing, actually included in the dance of leadership around your senior table, included in the dance of whatever it is that you do? You're all invited. Now dance with us. Now here's the crux. The more diverse and included your leadership table is, the more advantage you bring to your organization. Diversity is not a complication. It is your strategic advantage. So when there's advantage to be had, pursue it. Go for it. Look for it. Get it. Bring it back to your leadership table. When you see it like that, it's to my advantage that I have men and women and different colours and different ethnicities and different faiths and people of no faith and all sorts of ways of thinking around my leadership table. Oh, that kind of background and perspective, we will get to the edge of that comfort zone where innovation happens easier. Do not do leadership on your own. That is akin to suicide. It's a dangerous game. Don't play.